Well, what an absolute ripper. I tell you what, the rain never came in last night. I was quite surprised. It looked pretty gloomy there for a while. Absolutely not a breath of wind this morning, but there's not a cloud in the sky and it's going to get real hot. So that means this wind's going to get up later on. It's actually going to be quite unpleasant outside I'm picking. Really pleasant now. So what I thought I'd do is I'll go for a bit of a walk into a different part of the forest, take the bow just for a wander, just see if there's any different vegetation, maybe something to chew on, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. We'll head around to the southwest towards another creek mouth there and up around the side of the hill and see what deer sign there is. Just have a bit of an explore. I'm not going to worry about the breakfast this morning. I had a fairly good dinner of possum last night and feeling not too bad. So we'll just cruise, take it slow and have a look around us. You can see how noisy the bloody bush is at the moment. Ground fern's diabolical to get through. Could do with some rain just to quieten it all down. We're never going to get it close to deer in this sort of country, so we've got to get into some open bush somewhere. We've just got to keep moving, find a spot, find some deer trail somewhere that's nice and quiet to get along quietly. Sit and wait a while. There's a little bit of supplejack vine here behind me. It can often have some nice green shoots on it, fresh shoots that are good to eat, either fresh or cooked. But unfortunately the deer eat them too, so nothing I can see obvious there. Oh, this is interesting. Have a look what I just found. It's what's called a deer exclusion plot. So what they do is they fence off an area in a square in the bush like that with a deer-proof fence, and they see how the vegetation changes. So it's quite remarkable actually right here. You look at what's growing in the pen and what's outside. The deer certainly have quite a big impact. That's why red deer or any deer are a major pest in New Zealand at the moment. Red deer in particular are virtually out of control. There's not a lot of market for the wild venison. We've got limited options for controlling them, so the government really relies on recreational hunters, a little bit of commercial activity, and unfortunately occasionally they have to do a bit of control by shooting or poison just to get the numbers down a bit. Anyway, it shows you there's deer around here, right? It's been not a bad little trail we've been following, so we're just going to keep going up the creek like this. You know, we might stumble onto something, eh? It's a great spot for a deer right here. just going to watch for a while and have a listen. Then we'll start working our way back to camp. We're probably about an hour and a half from camp, so we've come quite a long way. The heat of the day, the wind's going to start coming up the hill now, so hopefully we'll have the wind in our face and we'll work back towards the lake. It's a nice spot up here. Definitely there's been some animal activity in the creek bed where they've been feeding. So I think it's worth coming back up for another look another day. It's going to take me a while to figure out where they are and how to hunt this area, but we've got a chance at least of seeing a deer. Bush is not too bad for getting around, there's a few deer trails. No guarantees we'll ever get a shot, of course it's quite thick, still got to get close enough. But you just never know, because strange things happen in the bush. I'm really enjoying it this morning, it's a beautiful day, feeling good. So we're just going to keep cruising and hoping, try and be optimistic. Well, I haven't found much in the way of vegetation to eat, I tell you. Bloody deer and possums, they skin it out. Oh, a little bit of hound stung here. Oh. I feel like a deer myself. Oh, well, every little bit's got to help, I suppose. We're back down the creek bed now, or virtually on the creek bed. We've just got to go upstream a little bit to cross where it's shallower, and we'll work our way back around the other side to camp. Go back to camp, have a cup of coffee and some cake, maybe a sandwich, cheese and salami sandwich. Oh, maybe we'll cook up some bacon and eggs. No, stop thinking about that. That's terrible thoughts. Too early in the trip to be thinking of that sort of tucker. Do your head in. Oh, we'll keep going. Well, we're back at camp 3.5 hours later after leaving. We actually had a pretty good walk. Learned quite a bit about the area. Got onto a bit of deer sign. Definitely worth another look up in that valley. It's reasonably quiet lower down where it's damp. I think that's the key. Once you get up on the side of the ridges, it's crunchy airs without rain. It's just too noisy. The deer just gone before you get anywhere near them. But down that valley floor, they've got a chance, particularly if I get the wind right. Well, I've got to get the wind right. Just on evening or morning, the deer are coming down to look for a feed. Yeah, that was quite good. I enjoyed that. Takes it out of you though, I tell you. You can't do it without a reasonable feed in your system. I'm already feeling a bit weak. I've used a lot of energy. So I've got one more feed of that possum left for tonight. I'm going to save it for tonight. And then we're going to be battling hard. I'm going to have to get another possum. So I think we're going to have to do some more snaring. Unless we get lucky and one stumbles back out onto camp tonight. Vegetation's tough. Ooh. tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a vegetarian here. Oh, see no stinging nettle. That one little patch of supplejack which had no new shoots because they just get nibbled off. A little bit of Kayak fern. I think I found 2 fiddleheads. Pocket full of hound's tongue which I ate. Not even a pocket full, handful. Yeah, down to the old mamaku. Good old mamaku, eh? Might be a bag of slimy snot, but at least you can eat it. Yep, it's looking likely that for the next 10 days there's always a chance of getting a deer, but probably our best chance of getting through in reasonable condition without fading away to a bag of bones is possum and fish. At this stage the fish is bloody hard work. We're going to keep persevering at that, but I think the possum's probably definitely going to be the best bet. But you never know when something's just strange is going to happen and pop up. You know, a bag of chocolate fish is going to fall out of an aeroplane or something, I don't know. Who knows? We can only hope. Okay, here's a plan. On the ground here beside me is a pile of sticks. And what I'm going to attempt to do is make a boat. What? I hear you say you've already got a boat. Yeah, I know, but remember I said that I was only using my kayak as a mode of transport, so I don't want to be using it now for trying to forage or find food or fish or anything else. So I thought I would try and make my own boat. It's going to be tough going. I have actually made a small tarp kayak at home before using willow, but willow is quite easy to work with. It goes nice and straight and it's nice and soft and flexible. Bit of a different story out in the New Zealand bush, trying to find something that's good enough to use. I found a few little saplings which may or may not work, I don't know. I've brought with me a small tarp for this purpose, and you'll also remember that I said I was going to treat this as an alone test, and so I thought, well, yeah, why not? Because the lone contestants get given a small tarp to protect their camera gear. So I've got a tarp there, it's about 10 by 10, so we'll have a go at making a small tarp canoe. This will probably take me a couple of days, so I'm not going to film the whole lot, I'll just show it to you in stages. More than likely I'll end up throwing it all on the fire or back into the bush. It could be a very frustrating exercise, but I'm going to give it a go. It'll pass a bit of time. I'm not going to spend all day on it. I need to go and hunt up some food or do some snaring or something later anyway. But I'll sit here and work on a design and see what we come up with. Okay, just a quick update on the kayak build. Slow process, trying to get the timber shaped up how I want with the Leatherman. Pretty slow, and it's hardwood too, it's not soft. Anyway, this is where we're at. I've got 4 hoops made up down there, and I need to make one more because one just broke as it dried out. These 2 lengths here will go, will form the top of the hull, and over here I've got, this is the keel, this bit here, and I'm just trying to get a bit of shape to it while it dries out there. So I'll just see how that goes. Quite hard to work with, it's really hard, so not a lot of flex. And the other bits I haven't really done much with yet. I'll get them sorted out tomorrow probably. Anyway, starting to feel it a bit. It's 10 to 3 now. I need to go and try and get some snares set, so Gonna have to dig deep and go for a walk for a couple of hours, try and find some possum sign. Can't be fagged, quite honest, but anyway, I'm gonna have to do it. I think it's our best way of trying to get a feed. We'll get some gear together and go for a wander. So first snare done. This is the possum. Comes along the tree. You can smell my bait up there. He's coming up. Oh, what's that? Another possum's doing here. And there's the snare. Oh, pokes your head through there to get at the bait. That bait is the brisket skin of the possum, because that's where some of their scent glands are. Also around the anus, and I've got that with me as well. And I've also got his ball bag. I figured, well, why not use it? I'm sure as hell not going to eat it. And his tail, so I'll cut off a bit of that and some mamaku. So I've got a few different things to try as a lure. Possum's got an incredible sense of smell, so I figured the scent of another possum in their territory might just get them going, draw them in. Anything's worth a go if you've got nothing. Okay, set 2. There's a very faint trail along this hill here. You can see, runs up here. I suspect it's a possum pad, so I've put a trap on this mamaku. Just a snare here and a piece of tail tied to the tree. Hopefully the possum will come roaring along his track, smell that, think, whoa, what's that? Come up and poke his head through there and strangle himself. So, don't know until you try. Well, we're up on the ridge top now. This is where the possums are most likely to run up and down. It's sort of a natural highway. So I've set one right on the ridge here on a leaning tree. And hopefully if something's running past, it'll smell the scent. I've put the scent glands from the possum we've got at camp on the tree. And hopefully something will smell it and come for a wander. Okay, trap 4, the ball bag trap. Likely spot 2 is a great big tree here with lots of possible nest sites in it. The possums like to run along a flat log like this too. So I've put a trap just in here. So the possum runs along this log, there's the ball bag right there, smells that, goes put his head through the loop and hopefully it'll tighten, then he'll jump off into space. Tell the truth, I haven't actually seen a lot of possum sign. The forest seems quite healthy. I'm quite surprised. I was expecting a lot more possums here. The mamaku don't look very browsed. There's actually sign of some bait stations down by the lake edge. I suspect somebody's been doing a little bit of control work. So I know they're around. I can hear the odd one at night. So the more traps we've got out, the more chances we've got. Trap 5, just at the base of this tree, there's lots of little hidey holes. Hopefully, in case you're wondering where we are, we're looking back now towards camp. There's a little spit that we've been fishing off. The camp's just on that little grassy clearing in there. This is another not a bad spot. Looks like not a bad fishing spot down here. So we might have to try that at some stage. Well, here's trap 6 or 7. I've got 2 on one tree because I think it's a lot of nice nest sites here under the ground. And it's quite likely to be one right here. So, possum will run up here, snare through there, hope to fall off. And also I've got a snare at the base of the tree, just a buttress root trap. A little bit of bait, mamaku bait in the back. Hopefully he'll sniff it, come up, put his head through there, get snared. Well, here's trap 8. It's on the ridge again. There's a little natural lead into the trap between 2 trees. So I thought it'd make a good place for a snare, even though it's on the ground. As far as I know, there's no ground flightless birds in this area, so otherwise I wouldn't use it here. It should be quite safe. So okay, trap 9. On a faint trail around the side of the hill here. There's actually I don't know if you can see it, but sort of a faint trail goes around like that. The deer have been using it as well, but a little spot here, I've just put a loop of wire where they come and jump over the log here. So no bait or anything. It's just the chance that something might get caught. It's 9 set for the afternoon. Realistically it's not enough. We probably need at least 20 to give us a reasonable chance of getting a possum, I think. Still better than nothing, but yeah, the more we've got out the better. So tomorrow I think we'll try and extend it a bit, get a few more on the go, just increase our chances. I mean, if we can get one possum every couple of days, we're sweet, aren't we? So it's got to be worth a crack. Just keep at it. I'll be at my place tonight. It's looking bloody good, isn't it? Nothing like a bit of crispy possy on the old Barbie. And look at this. Even got some mamaku chips. Chuck them in as well. There's a bit of manuka tea. What else do you need? Gee, I tell you. Joker's ready to bring some beers round. We'll get into it with a feed. Cooking the rest of this possum up because it's actually starting to turn a bit in the heat. Don't want it to get too rotten. Only one thing worse than an old buck possum, and that's a rotten old buck possum. Could do with a nice fat young one. That'd be a bit more digestible, I think. Ooh. A maggot in there. Yuck. That's a big grim. For scratching a couple of maggots off the dinner. I don't know where they've come from, but they've got in there somehow. Ah well, I guess it's all protein. Hope the guests don't see that. It might be somewhat off-putting. Oh, bit of tomato sauce might go alright.